A heated debate is raging in India on the issue of India returning Ayni airbase in Tajikistan to them. The debate is not being, argued on the basis of what really happened. It is more of a political debate that is happening in India. Some people who blindly oppose government of India says India has lost one of its strategic assets abroad, the one and only, a real military base abroad. But at the same time, those who support the government says nothing has happened. What is the reality? Actually, India's withdrawal from Ayni airbase in Tajikistan started in 2024 and it was almost completed a few months ago. But only now that has come to the attention of the public, and that's why now it is a subject of a hot debate. This is an important aspect we need to remember when we speak on a return of Ayni airbase to Tajikistan. Of course, the airbase belongs to Tajikistan and India needs to yield to the wishes of that country. So that has to be done. You cannot capture that area from another country. So this also needs to be borne in mind before engaging in any debate on return of Ayni airbase. Then there are many important questions which are relevant in this debate. They include, number one, whether Ayni airbase was one in line with American air bases abroad or military bases of former Soviet Union or United Kingdom. This has to be asked and debated whenever we speak on return of Ayni airbase. Then the second aspect is what was that really a military airbase, or was that simply a logistics hub and a center or a location from where India used to control certain activities with the help of Tajikistan? That also needed to be discussed. So if we look into the matter comprehensively, I find that was not a base in the sense of American military bases. So we were cooperating with Tajikistan and we were running the base with their help. And it was their law which was prevalent there. So that was the situation. Let's go deeper into the whole issue and break it down. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. So as I said now, we were running the airbase with the cooperation of Tajikistan. And I think it was only once that India really deployed fighter jets at the airbase. But it's true, the base was strategically very important to India. That also we need to remember. So let's start from the history of that military airbase and go into other questions one by one. The airbase was built by India in early 2000s. I read from the media that it was in 2001 that India's Border Roads organization started redesigning, rebuilding, and later operationalizing the airbase. It was done with the strategic support of Russia, and Russia, by that time, Russia had vacated from Tajikistan. Tajikistan became an independent country. But at the same time, they had security arrangements with Russia, and actually India's presence in Ayni airbase suited the interests of Russia. That's an important thing. Because strategically the location also was of great importance to India, no doubt about that. It lay at a location from where India could eavesdrop or India could collect information or intelligence about certain areas in China. For example, Xinjiang province, Khotan. Xinjiang, it is a very politically turbulent and relevant area where there is an agitation, there is an unrest going on. So this Ayni airbase gave India an opportunity to listen to what was happening in the region. So India had an ear to the ground in Central Asia through Ayni. There is no doubt about that. That was an important thing. Then on one side you got Wakhan corridor there. Wakhan corridor is a piece of land, it's a part of Afghanistan which stretches into China and borders Xinjiang province. Then on the other side it is Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So for India the importance is huge, no doubt about that. So it gave an opportunity to India to engage with Afghanistan without going through Pakistan, which is India's immediate neighbor. So that way, this airbase was of immense importance strategically, and of course, losing a physical asset means a real loss to India. That way, when India vacated Ayni airbase, it is a huge loss, no doubt about that. So that part we need to accept and agree in the debates. But at the same time, as I said, this was not an airbase in the sense people perceive it, whether it is defense experts or a layman perceives. This is not an airbase like a US airbase in Japan or US airbase, US base in Diego Garcia or any other place. And as I said, once India deployed Su-30 fighter jets and attack helicopters there, but again that was for a very brief period. I think it extended only into a few months. That was with the complete approval of Tajikistan. Now what happened was Russia yielded to the pressure of China to get India vacated from the airbase, because China was irritated at India becoming a player in Central Asia. This is a region where China and of course maybe Russia also believes that India was punching above their weight in the region. So I think that was one of the reasons why Russia also might have yielded, or that was the reason to believe that Russia yielded to the wishes of China. And Tajikistan is a comparatively poor nation in Central Asia. So I think they have to depend on China more than any other country on the economic front. On the defense security front, they have to, slant on Russia. And these countries were not very much pleased with the presence of India in the region. Definitely, that could be a reason that eventually ended in India vacating the airbase. One important lesson for India is India needs to remember that we have not yet become a China in the sense of economy, or Russia in the sense of weaponry or military strength. So this is a fact that we need to accept, and I think India's leaving this airbase puts that interesting reality before us, and we need to remember that, recognize that we need to build on our strength. We need to become economically stronger. If we want to assert our leadership or our presence in the world, we have to become a bit more stronger. We have to become on par with United States, China, and even Russia. I won't say economically it is a great power, but still militarily Russia is a very big power. So those aspects we need to take into consideration in our future engagements with any country in the world. But at the same time, India has been by entrenching themselves, by getting an opportunity to control an airbase. India actually got an opportunity to develop intelligence assets in the region, and I'm sure that India has done that, and that I think will stand in good stead even in the coming days also. So this is a great advantage, and we have not lost anything. Of course, the physical asset has been handed over to its real owner, but at the same time, the over the horizon observation role of India got there. Then cross theater monitoring architecture we built there. That all remains there. India has created so many, intelligence gathering infrastructure in the region when India occupied the airbase. So we have got, equipment, the monitoring equipment, then ISR intelligence gathering equipments, reconnaissance equipment. We have got physical assets in that sense there. So that is going to remain there. India has got the money power to maintain that. Again, we have created human assets in the area who we know about the social structure of the area. We have done social mapping of the area. So in that sense, I think those all are going to remain in the coming days also. So getting anxious or even blaming the government is not the right thing. I think the government has done whatever they could with the base, but India has not become another United States, and this is a reminder of that. But at the same time, we got some advantages. We will continue to maintain that. This definitely is going to be a great lesson for India in the coming days. Meet you with other updates. Till then, goodbye.